Hey everybody, welcome to our CSS Introduction and Syntax video. My name is Sean from OpenWeb, and today we are discussing how CSS works and what your website looks like with it. So, on our right side, you can take a look at our web page with CSS. This is how it looks with colors. The fonts are defined, and then once we take out our CSS, this is what it looks like without it. So CSS is obviously a very powerful programming language used to make your websites look very professional and thorough. So once we take away the CSS, we just have some basic monochromatic text. Add the link back, and there we go. So CSS, unlike HTML, is defined a little differently. We don't have the tags necessarily like this, but first we're going to type in what we want to select. Here I have the entire HTML page selected. An open curly bracket. This shows that everything inside of it will be selected. An attribute, which I selected background color, colon, the actual attribute itself, which I said black, which also could be defined as a hexadecimal, and then a semicolon. A semicolon tells the browser that we are moving on to the next attribute, and it knows to search next. So we're going to go ahead and erase all of this and give you guys a look on how and show you guys a few examples of how this works. So we're going to select H1, which is our H1 as defined up here. If you really don't know what that is, I check out our HTML Introduction and Syntax video. Open curly bracket, and the program I'm using, which is called Brackets, it's an open source web design program. It automatically makes a closing one for you, which makes it a little bit easier. Skip down a few lines just so we can have it indented, looks cleaner. Then we're going to type our attribute, which I'm going to do font family, cursive, and then it makes our introduction tag up here cursive. And then a close bracket. This says that we're done defining H1 and we're moving on. So next, let's define the body. So everything that's within the body section of the page is going to, let's say, color green. This will make the text color of everything that's within the body green. Now there are different ways to select things, such as if we put a class here, maybe we don't want to define every single H1, but just ones with the class hello. Then we're going to go down here, type hello, open brackets, letter spacing, 3px. And then now our letter spacing of H1 up here is 3 pixels, as it wasn't before. This is an example of a specific CSS selector. Check out our CSS selectors video to get kind of a greater idea on how these work. You can also use pluses, minuses, etc. But that's really the basics of CSS. It's a very powerful programming language and is used throughout really all of web design to make your website look effective and powerful. This is really how it works, just defining it. And then once you get the hang of all the attributes and such, you can start making yourself a very professional and thorough website. This has been Sean from OpenWeb. Have a good day.